What's up, y'all? I'm out here at the range, as you can see behind me. I've been out here all day long having a lot of fun doing some very interesting testing. Under these cloudy skies, I've stayed dry so far, but I got a feeling this rain's getting ready to move in quick, so I'm gonna try to knock one more out before I get out of here. Our jelly contraption's been hard at work all day. We got the chrono and I got 2 blocks of gel. Now I've done a few tests in this far block already, so it's pretty full. A couple of them snuck into this close block, but I should have plenty of room to take care of what we need to do here. As you can also see, I've got a fresh heavy clothing barrier here, 1 layer of denim, 1 layer of fleece, and 2 layers of cotton t-shirt material. Now what we're checking out here, I guess you could call them ammo cousins. We got 2 Hornady rounds, we got the critical defense 115 grain FTX, both of these 9mm, so you got the FTX projectile there, and then you got the Hornady American Gunner with the XTP projectile, 115 also. Now the velocities on these, interestingly enough, they calling for 1155 on the American Gunner and 1135 on the critical defense. So the American Gunner is supposed to be loaded a little bit hotter. It'll definitely be interesting to see if this FTX projectile with the insert gives us any kind of benefit with this heavy clothing. Now I'm just using a single barrel length on this one. We got the Taurus GX4 with the 3-inch barrel. But this should be a pretty interesting one. If I was going to guess, I would say we're going to see very, very similar performance out of these. I don't think that XTP is going to clog up just because it doesn't have that insert like the FTX does. I could be wrong though. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But that's enough chit-chatting. Let me get everything set up and see if we can outrun this rain. All right, let's get us some speed, y'all. We're going to do a 3-round average from each one of them. We're going to start out with the critical defense first, since it's supposed to be moving a little slower. We got 1093, 1070, and 1069, so definitely not what the box was calling for, but I didn't expect to see it out of this 3-inch. Let's check that average. All right, so our 3-round average with the critical defense was 1,075 feet per second. Let me get this reset and let's check out them XTPs. All right, here we go with 3 rounds of the XTPs. These are supposed to be moving a little bit faster. 1028, duplicate 1028, and 1039, so I don't think that was much faster. Let's check the average. All right, so our 3-round average on the XTPs was 1,031, and if you remember on them critical defense, it was 1,075, so you're talking about 44 feet per second difference, but 44 feet per second faster from the critical defense, which according to the box should be just the opposite, but whatever. I think we're gonna see very identical performance in the gel. Let me get this reset, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's birds of a feather jelly time. We'll put 1 of each round down into the gel. We're gonna start with the critical defense with the FTX first. Let's see what these things do. All right, I believe that was a good one. Let me go down there and make sure we're all right. All right, that's looking pretty doggone good down there. So this XTP's got his work cut out for it for sure. Let's see if it's up to the task, y'all. Ooh, I went awful low. I think I might have came out on that one. Let me go down there and check. Yeah, buddy, that one exited stage left. It wasn't nothing to do with being too low. It just come on out the side. So I can tell you also from what I'm seeing, it ain't looking good for this XTP at all. So let's see if I can put one and keep it. I don't think we're gonna keep it in the gel. I'm thinking it's gonna go through both blocks if it don't curve out, but let's see if I can get one to go straight. Ah, that one's gonna be close. Let me go check it. Well, there's strike 2, y'all. Almost the exact same thing. It took a left and curved out the side. So I'm gonna try to move it on over to the right a little bit without getting in my other track. All right, I moved that over. That should have stayed in there. Let me go check it out. All right, surprisingly, we actually managed to catch that one, y'all. It looks like it expanded unlike the other 2. So since I took 3 rounds of that one, I'm gonna put 1 more of these critical defense, because if I don't, I know I'll never hear the end of it from y'all. I think this is gonna do fine and expand just like the first one, but let's just make sure. All right, I think that one should be good to go. Let's go down there and check those out and see what we got. All right, y'all, let's take a look at this hot mess we got down here. It's a bunch of tracks, but I'll give you plenty of angles and let you see what was going on. But to summarize what we had here, we took 2 critical defense rounds. Both of those are at the top. One's right behind this other one. I can tell you they look nearly identical as far as the wound channel. Very nice disruption here coming in. Both of them looks like they expanded perfectly. Maybe tumbled a little bit, but great expansion on them. Now the penetration, it's probably fine, but a lot of people would want more than that. But looks like really nice performance on those critical defense. Now on the flip side, we took 3 XTP rounds, and that's these 3 at the bottom. Now the first one we took was this very bottom one. Super thin little pencil. It's very obvious that that was not expanded. It ran right through the block right here. Something happened here. I'm going to guess that it tumbled right there, and when it did, it just got it off track, and then it come right out the side right here past where y'all can barely see. Came out the side of the block. But I can tell you for a fact, just from doing so many of these tests and looking at that track right there, there was no expansion on that round, and then it tumbled right there and went on out the block. Now the second one I took is the one forward and to the top of the 3 here. Different story here. This one had some expansion, there's no doubt about it. Very nice wound channel, very nice disruption, looks real similar to the critical defense. All that disruption carries all the way out here into the second block, and this one exited right here, and that's actually where the 3rd projectile is stopped. So I would say, if I were going to guess, that second round performed nearly identical to the 3rd. It did expand, but it just came out the side of the gel because it curved like that. And then the 3rd one is the one in the middle, a little bit behind that one. Same story as the second one. Nearly identical wound area, nearly identical disruption, carries on into the second block and stops almost exactly where that second one went out of the block, and it is expanded. So what I can see here is you had 2 out of the 3 XTPs that expanded. So take that for what it's worth. You know, a lot of y'all want multiple rounds into the gel, but at what point do you call it a pass or a fail? If I ran 5 rounds, 2 of them expanded and 3 of them didn't, is that a fail? If I ran 5 more and 2 of them didn't expand and 3 of them did, is that a pass? I try to get that point across that I can sit here and run round after round after round, but it's really not going to tell us anything more than if one of them failed. If one of them, for me, if one of them fails, it's a failure. That's just it. If it's less than 100% for me, it's a failure. But I'm just very curious, honestly, where y'all draw the line at. How many rounds does it take for you to be satisfied with the statistics that you get off of it? But anyway, let's see how far they went in the gel here. So the first critical defense, that one's sitting at 14 3/4. The second critical defense, that one is at 13. Now, as for these XTPs, the first one that obviously had no expansion, it exited the block at 27 inches. The second one that I'm almost positive did expand, but scooted out the block at the end of its travel, it went out the block at 21 3/4. And then the third one that we kept in the block is sitting right down here at 21 1/4. So fantastic penetration on those XTPs without a doubt. Now, the one that didn't expand, though, that's definitely over penetration. And then the critical defense, I would say that's adequate. That's right at the edge of what I would call adequate. A quick look from above here, both of these are critical defense. I don't know how well you can see with that glare, but they come on down. Nice expansion out of that one, nice expansion out of that one. And then a little closer look at these XTPs. Like I said, that was the first one, obviously no expansion. The second one was that top one there, and then the third one was the middle. So you can see the difference between the one that expanded and the 2 that did expand. And then as you can see here, the projectiles caught right there, the other one went out right there, and then the first one went out way down here. All right, y'all, let's take a look at these projectiles. I think it goes without saying that there's a huge difference right here. I was obviously wrong about them being very similar performance. These are the critical defense with the FTX. This is the XTP. So both of these critical defense look exactly the same, so I'm gonna make it easy on myself and just use one. But as you can see, a whole lot more expansion on this critical defense, just no question about it. Now, this XTP did expand, but not a whole lot. It's not much bigger than what it started as. And as we saw in the gel, one of them did not expand at all, without a doubt. And who knows the extent of the expansion of the other one we lost. So as far as expansion goes, this one clearly takes the edge. But let's check out some weights. I don't think we lost anything besides the little red insert out of these critical defense. Now, those inserts were still stuck in there, but they just didn't want to come out to jail, so I left them. So the XTP here, they all started at 115. It's 115.0 exactly on that XTP. The critical defense, one of them is 113.8. The other one, 113.7. Now, as far as expansion on them, we'll start with the XTP. You got 416, 391, and 407. So like I said, not a whole lot of expansion on that XTP. And then as for the critical defense, you got 519, 524, and 515. So quite a bit more expansion from those critical defense. There you have it, y'all. 2 different rounds from the same manufacturer, same caliber, same weight, but 2 very different performances in the gel. All right, y'all, looks like we outran the rain to finish up what I think was a pretty interesting 9mm test. I just keep on getting proven wrong out here on these jelly tests lately. I figured they would be very identical in performance, but it was not the case. Critical defense consistently performed. The XTP, while I wouldn't say it performed terribly, inconsistency was the name of the game with it. So you don't know how it's going to perform from round to round. But y'all let me know what y'all think about these results. I know a lot of people use different XTP rounds. A lot of people load with XTP rounds. Would more velocity make a difference here? I don't know. That's debatable. I don't think it would, because you can clearly see it had the velocity to expand. It just didn't. It clogged, it tumbled, the lead composition, whatever the case, it just didn't have what it needed to consistently perform. But like I said, y'all let me know what y'all's thoughts are down below in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, take a second, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload new stuff. Y'all take a second if you would and check out my affiliate links in the video description. You know the deal with that Amazon. If you shop through there anyway, hit that link up first. You go straight through Amazon like normal from there, and anything you buy anywhere on the site after that, I get a kickback from them towards the channel. Check out those Axle affiliate links for some fantastic ear pro at some big savings. They got a lot of good sales going right now, and you can save even more money if you click through those links instead of going straight through their site. As always, I appreciate all my Range Gang members and every single one of y'all out there for supporting the channel. I got tons of good stuff coming y'all's way, so make sure you stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.